Oh, hi there. Welcome to a special edition of Cardwell's Cauldron here. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And of course, it is that time of the month, year thing of a actual set review.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, and it came really quick.
It's so fast. It was like a month and a half ago we had another set, and we're already here at 2020.
Yeah, a week before pre-release, I was like, and people were telling me it's pre-release time. I was like, are you kidding me? Like
Yeah,
already?
what? Huh?
Set review's already out and the full set's done. Of course, we were doing this like a week later than we normally would, but it's still okay.
I was on vacation, sorry guys.
It's okay, it's all right. Well, it's perfect timing still. Because with that, but before we get into the whole spiel of everything, go ahead and remind you that we do have a Patreon, and it only really takes $1 to support us and help us and make us have awesome videos like this. And with the Patreon and with everything else, we are doing a set giveaway, as you can see. Good old pre-release. What is it? Pack.
Pre-release pack.
It used to be called a kit, but now it's called a pack.
Yeah. Ooh,
It's cute. It doesn't come with anything special. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But awesome cards.
I mean, you get pre-release stuff, so hey.
And of course, to figure out how to enter to win that little beautiful guy, just wait to the end of the video and we'll let you know how we do that. Now, there's a lot of cards, a lot of colors, everyone's favorite color. We will have the color breakdown below in the description, so if you just want to see the blue reset and what we think about it, cool, go ahead and click that link. And what we usually do, how we review things, is we just go, we're very loose on things. We do like standard, limited, not playable at all, or maybe other sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's very, very rare times when we're just like, don't play this card ever.
And by no means are we like experts at it,
Yeah.
because we both like different cards.
Yes.
Very, very much, and you'll see that when we go through it. I value different cards than he does, and it's just how it is. So
Exactly.
you get to bear with us.
And we're brewers, so we like a lot of crappy cards, for
yeah,
sure.
We'll definitely be like, that card could be used, and you're like, that card's not good.
That's not going to break the meta. We'll make sure that
we'll
happens.
figure out how.
Exactly. Now, with that, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, first color, of course, is white. It's a Aerial Assault is the very first one. 2 and a white sorcery. Destroy target tap creature. You gain 1 life for each creature you control with flying. Since it's a sorcery, I say limited.
Yeah, it's a limited, awesome card.
Yeah,
like I'll give you that.
White control for 3 for limited?
Yeah,
that sounds
great.
beautiful.
Sure, it has to kill a tap dude, but it's whatever.
That's okay.
Next up is a Johnny, Strength of the Pride. 2 white and 2 for 5 loyalty planeswalker. He's our first planeswalker of the set.
Yep.
And he +1s. You gain life equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of planeswalkers you control. So
at
you
least
can gain some life.
Gaining 1 life if possible.
-2, you create an Johnny's Pride mate that's a 2/2, essentially. You get a 2/2, that when you gain life, it gets 1 counter.
So it's going to be weird making tokens for this guy, since it's actually a real card that you can have.
Yeah, so turn 2, you can play the real one, and then turn 4, you make 1. Hey.
And then done.
And then pay 0, if you have at least 15 life more than your starting life, exile a Johnny, and each artifact and creature your opponent control. So he's really, really good in limited, just because he gives you that life buffer, like, super hard. You don't have to pop his 0.
Yeah.
But you're just like, cool, gain 4 life, gain 5 life, gain some more life. Because it puts the game so far out of the way in limited.
I can see him being a fun EDH card for sure.
Yeah, EDH is going to be silly. I mean,
because like you can do turn 1 Sarah's Ascendant, and then you're already gaining 7 life per swing as long as they don't kill it. And then by turn 4, or even 2, because Soul Ring's a thing, that you can pop this off.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely Commander cool. He could be seen in Standard, but not very much. Yeah, like he's just not as good as the other Johnny or any of the other
or
white
Gideon's.
dudes.
Gideon's so good.
Yeah, he's good, but he's just not super strong in Standard.
Yeah. The next one, Ancestral Blade, 1 and a white artifact equipment. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier token, and then attach this to it, which is amazing. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Quick cost is 1, and I think it's really good and limited.
Yeah, sure. I actually really like this card. I'd never seen this card, and I was just like, the card's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you get a 2/2 for 2 mana, pretty much.
Simple as that.
You get to make a dude, and then it auto-attach it, which is pretty neat.
And then the fact that the quick cost is only 1, so it's going to die, surely, and then you just attach it to your big guy.
Yeah. Next up is Angel of Vitality, a white and 2 for a 2/2 flyer, and if you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead, and then when you get 25 more life, she gets +2/+2.
Yeah.
I think this card's awesome and limited. It's a good limited like bomb, I guess you want to call it. It's not like gonna end the game, but it can get there. Yeah,
there will be a click of cards in limited for standard or sealed or limit or draft. There we go.
Yeah,
it's a life matters. It definitely will be a black-white deck for sure.
Yeah. It's really good with the Johnny. Put it that way.
Yeah, pretty much. The next one is Angelic Gift, 1 in a white enchantment aura. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has flying. Just limited goodness.
Yeah, it's a limited card even if you barely use it.
And it's a cantrip, so like dude has flying and you draw a card. Cool, thanks.
Yeah. Next up is Apostle of Purifying Light. A white and 1 for a 2/1 protection from black. Pay 2, exile target creature or target card from a graveyard. So for those that don't know what protection is, it's one of the most
coming back.
busted abilities in Magic, and I'm so glad it's back. So this creature cannot be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, enchanted, or equipped by anything that color.
Yeah.
So protection from black, you can't.
Nothing
can target it, touch it, or whatever that's black. So you're just like, cool, swing with this dude. You can't block it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Or you can block a 7/7 and not care because
Exactly.
you don't take
It
damage.
just absorbs all the damage, and it's just insane. Yes, protection is, like he said, the busted keyword of Magic ever.
Yeah, it's one of the most powerful ones. They haven't printed power protection in a long time because they're not a huge fan of it, as far as I know, because it's so good.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see it back.
So limited, yes, throw it in the main board immediately because you don't know what you're fighting, and standard sideboard definitely.
Yeah, this is definitely a standard sideboard card just because of the 2 exile target card in the graveyard.
Yeah, and protection from black. So you fight Esper deck, you know they're going to use the graveyard, and most of the kill is black or black mix, so you're just like, cool, I have a 2/1 that keeps going in.
Don't target this. Yeah.
The next one, Battalion Foot Soldier, 2 in a white, 2/2 soldier. Of course, enters the battlefield. You may search your library for any number of this guy, reveal and put in your hand. Every set of every year seems to have a card like this.
Yeah,
so.
functional reprint of a same card.
Yeah.
There's so many of these that do this.
So if you get them in limited, draft as many as possible because it helps.
Yeah, you get this in a draft, you're just like, cool, go get all of them.
It's a common too, so you're just like, thank you.
Yeah. It's not really going to do anything other than limited, and even then it's not even that good in limited, but it's a thing. Next up is Bishop of Wings. 2 white for a 1/4 human cleric. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. Whenever an angel you control dies, create a 1/1 spirit token with flying. This dude's pretty awesome.
Yes. I don't know. Angels are extremely strong right now, just no one's playing them at the moment. This guy could be good.
This dude's actually silly for one reason, because it says when an angel enters the battlefield, it doesn't care what type of angel.
Yeah.
So this with Divine Visitation, and you're just like, put 6 angels into play. Cool, with like March of the Multitudes, just to make a whole bunch of angels.
Yeah, and I'm trying to...
And you just gain a bajillion life.
Yeah, and the fact that, like you said, with that enchantment, you make a 1/1 spirit, and then it becomes an angel, and then you gain 4 life. And then I'm going to go ahead and cheat here. Resplendent Angel, I'm pretty sure you gain 4 or 5 life, and you get a dude.
5.
Okay, so not as busted. Resplendent. But good sideboard, and if you make a straight up angel deck, then you should be good, right?
Yeah, and this dude's pretty cool. If you have angels, he's good and limited.
Yeah.
If you do not have angels, he's not so good and limited.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he's probably going to be pretty silly in like a standard built deck.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you're correct. It is 5 life for a Resplendent Angel, so he's not super busted.
Yeah.
Like turn 2 to this, turn 3 is Resplendent Angel, you have 7 power on the field.
Yeah.
What up? But okay, this card is one of those janky cards that we talked about.
Yeah.
And I'm going to love it so much. Brought back. 2 white, instant. Choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield tapped. Oof. Thank you very much. Like, it says permanents. So, 1, you could do fetch lands. 2, you can do planeswalkers that you pop or die this turn. Or just, you swing in a bunch of things and they kill your big dude and then you bring it back for 2 mana. Or block. Or it's just... The toolbox of this card is amazing, I think.
Yeah, because it doesn't... The best part of this card is it can be retro done. So, like, if you swing in hard and those 2 dudes died, you're just like, cool, I get to target these now that they're dead.
Yeah, and then come back, tap, doesn't matter, whatever.
It's not like I have to target it before they die. So that's what makes it really good, because you can still use it as like a secret card.
Yeah, make them use their combat tricks to kill your big dudes, and then you just bring these back, and they have to deal with them later anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And like, just paw planeswalkers, all they do is they attack all your dudes and your planeswalkers. You block 1 dude, your planeswalker still dies. You kill one of the dudes maybe, and then you play this and you get everything back.
Yeah.
Like it undoes everything they tried to do, and I think
so
it's powerful.
Definitely a standard card.
Yeah,
like, you'll see us play in standard.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's definitely a limited bomb. Like, this card is a limited bomb.
Agreed.
Because in limited you have like very few kill spells. because you just do. And this dude gets to be like, I don't care about him. Thanks.
And if the board gets gunked up, then you just alpha strike. And then let the, math is for blockers, let them do everything. And then you just bring back your most 2 powerful creatures.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright, next up is Cavalier of Dawn. 3 white and 2 for a 4/6 elemental knight. I personally think the knights are one of the best creatures in this, like the creature sets in this set. Yeah. But apparently I'm like one of the only ones in our little group that does.
I don't really care.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's a 4/6 vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller gets a 3/3 colorless golem. And whenever he dies, return target artifact or enchantment from the graveyard to your hand. This dude's awesome.
He's okay.
Yeah, you're crazy.
I mean, 4/6 vigilance is fine, but for 5 mana, I'd rather play Oketra and just be good. In limited, this guy is super good because you can kill one of your smaller dudes and get a 3/3 colorless golem because it says just up to 1 target permanent, non-land permanent.
Yeah, but if they're about to pop their big dude, you're just like, cool, kill that big chunk.
It kills
kill that planeswalker.
Planeswalker, it's
whatever.
Good. Limited, okay. 3 whites.
This dude's gonna be good in standard, bet.
We'll see.
Whatever.
All right, the next one, Dawning Angel, 4 and a white, 3/2 flying. Sounds terrible, but when it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life.
It is still terrible.
It's terrible. Limited, but still kind of bad.
Yeah, limited, it's okay. Because it's a flying man's, but
And there is, as I said, Life Matters deck, and then there's a Flying Man's Matters deck.
Yeah. Next up is Daybreak Chaplain. We've seen this dude like 5 times. A good lord, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
1 in white for a 1/3 lifelink. That's all it's for. It's gaining some life.
That's it.
Limited card.
Yeah, limited card. Devout Decree, 1 in a white sorcery. Exile target creature or planeswalker that has black or red. Scry 1. Amazing. Well, definitely sideboard. All these sets of like destroy whatever colors or whatever, mess with other colors, protection are going to be great sideboard cards.
Yeah, because it's really cheap for what it does, but it only hits those colors, and that's why it's so cheap.
Yeah,
but they're so good for that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, limited and
standard sideboard. Yeah.
Next up is Disenchant. Hey, we haven't seen this in a minute.
Right.
1 white and 1 for instant destroy target artifact or enchantment. Great sideboard tech because it does what you need it to.
Yep. For limited and standard.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute. I like the art on it too. It's pretty awesome.
Yep.
The next one, Eternal Isolation. 1 in a white sorcery. Put target creature with power 4 or greater on the bottom of its owner's library. I really like this card, especially in limited. Kill card for good. White for standard. There's probably a lot of better ones, but this is pretty good.
I like it too because they threw like a little flashback back to Chain to the Rocks.
Yeah.
For 1 mana, so this is pretty awesome.
I was almost thinking, it's the same art.
It's close to. He's chained to like a little rock, and this is like his dad chained to the.
I was about to say, what if it's the same guy, and that's why he's just old?
It might be, yeah. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Next up is Fencing Ace, 1/1 for 2. He's got double strike.
Yep.
He's a cool limited card and a good little white weenie deck card.
Like in Lorwyn, I played the hell out of this guy because it was around that same set. I think he wasn't an M set, but I dominated with him because he was amazing.
He gets pretty out of hand.
Nowadays, the power creep is a little too high for him. All right, the next one, Gauntlets of Light, 2 in a white enchantment or enchant creature. Gets +0/+2 and assigns combat damage with toughness instead of its power. Then you could pay 3, 2 in a white to untap this creature. It's a limited bomb, for sure. Like, I've been seeing it on Arena, I've been seeing it just watching online. This guy will help you win the game.
Yeah, it's pretty neat just because you get to untap your dude. Thanks.
Yeah.
Next up is Glaring Aegis. 1 white for an enchantment aura, enchant a creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3. And when it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. It's cool. It's cool. I wouldn't use it more than in limited.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a good holy strength that taps a dude, but it's not really that cool.
Helps you swing in when you need to, or other things. But yeah, it's a limited filler for sure. I'm glad this one landed on me because I think it's the most powerful card in the whole set. But that's because it's me.
I don't, but it's good.
God's willing, guys. Don't know if you know this, but it's busted. It's a 1 white instant. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choosing, and you scry 1.
I mean, it's really, really good.
So good.
We talked about protection earlier, and it's one of the best abilities in Magic.
Yep. The fact that you save your creature from any spell or whatever for 1 white, and you scry 1, and the fact that No pro really plays protection spells like this except for when Mono Blue came around. When they're like, dive down's good. Like, yes, it is. Now you have God's Willing, and you don't have to play blue, which is my favorite. I don't want to play blue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this card is really good. It's really good in limited for sure.
Yeah.
We'll use it in standard.
Completely.
I don't know if anyone else will, but it can be in standard pretty easily. It should be, but we'll see.
And it's protection. It's even better than hexproof because when you're like, my big dude needs to swing in for the kill. Oh, protection from the color of your creatures. Swing in. Yeah. That's why protection's so powerful. Is because you can be like, I can win the game by giving this one dude screw your board.
Yeah, it gives it more offense and defense, so it's pretty awesome. Next up is a Griffin Protector. 1 white and 3 for a 2/3 flyer. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, he gets +1/+1.
Good.
We've seen this card again, or like some iteration of this card.
Yep.
And he's just a good limited card. He's nothing like crazy, but it's a good limited flyer.
Yeah. 2/3 flyer for 4 is just good and limited, and then he gets buffed every time a dude comes in play. Great. Next one, Griffin Sentinel. 2 and a white, flying vigilance, 1/3. Good and limited.
Yep.
Like I said, flying matters.
Yeah,
flying
pretty much.
Unlimited.
Next up is a Hanged Executioner. 1 white and 2 for a 1/1 flyer. He's doing his job wrong because he's hanging himself, apparently. Whatevs.
Yeah.
He is a spirit, and when he enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 spirit with flying, and then you pay a white and 3, exile him, exile target creature. So he's pretty neat. I like him in limited for sure.
Yes.
Because he gives you a whole lot of like power in limited, and he gives you the ability to just off a creature at whenever you need. So, but I don't know about standard. He'll be cool in like a spirit deck, but nothing like crazy.
Yeah, if he paid 4 and exile spirit to exile dude, maybe he would be kind of busted. Yeah. But really good. I don't like him. Like you said, limited, good. Standard, no.
Yeah.
I'm not. Next one, Herald of the Sun, 4 and 2 white, flying, 4/4. So, pay 4, put a 1/1 counter on another target creature with flying. So, limited.
Yeah, it's a limited good card. The art is awesome.
Yeah,
but
art's super good.
Limited a card.
Sad it had to be used for this card.
Next up is Inspired Charge, another reprint. 2 white and 2 for an instant. Creatures you control get +2/+1. It's cool. For 4 mana, I wouldn't do that.
Nope.
But it's limited card at only.
You need 1 in limited for sure, because it will always make someone scared after you use it once. Because you swing in, they're like, what's happening? And you're like, oh, I win the game, or your board's dead. They have to be fearful of that every time. Next one, also a functional reprint, Inspiring Captain, 3 and a white. Enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1. He's a 3/3 for 4.
Heyo.
Heyo. Next, limited.
Yeah. Next up is Leyline of Sanctity. So the Leylines are back.
Yep. 2
white and 2 for an enchantment. If he's in your opening hand, you begin the game with it in play, and you have hexproof. So don't target me.
Yeah, don't target me. No thanks.
And one of the best things I saw about this whole like set was one of the memes that they talked about, because when they talked about the London Mulligan rule, it makes Leylines super strong.
Yep.
And they were like, we were gonna have to like cut down Leylines or ban them or restrict them. And then Wizards was like, hold my beer. Have some ley lines.
Have the ley lines. Especially the 2 functional reprints. The white one and the black one.
They made some wild... The ley lines are so good.
Yeah.
And with the new Mulligan rules, so you draw full 7, so it gives you a better chance to get in your opening hand.
Yeah.
To just be like, cool, it's in play. Thanks.
Especially with the red one. You're just like, I'll put 2 on the field now.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one for sure.
Yeah, but this one's really good, and he's going to be good in... It's not so good in limited.
No.
It can be used, but it's not really worth it.
Don't do it, yeah.
And then in standard, it's amazing. Like, sideboard card for sure.
Because it gets rid of discard or burn. Whatever's going to be popular.
Yeah. It's definitely a sideboard card, and if you want to be cheeky, you can play it main board, but I would say not.
No, yeah. It's a waste to spell that. The next one, Loxodon Life Chanter, 5 and a white, 4/6, so good. Enters the battlefield, you may have your life total become the total toughness of creatures you control. Wow, I didn't read the S part on that, creatures.
Yeah.
And you pay 5 and a white, so no extra. If you have the lands for this, you have the land to play this. It gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is your life total. This is a limited bomb.
Yeah, this dude's awesome and limited. Bow.
Yeah, I want to play him in standard, but probably won't be that good. But limited bomb for sure.
Oh, we'll make some jank with it. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
We'll get jank. But yeah, limited.
Because you just swing in and, like, if they want to block this guy, they're gonna die.
Next up is a Loyal Pegasus. 1 white for a 2/1 flyer. It can't attack or block alone.
Yep.
It's a cute little like They've made this card a couple times, but not as a flyer. This one just has flying.
Yep.
It's a good limited card for sure.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And it's good in white weenie standard.
If you do, there's going to be a white-blue Flyers deck in Standard for sure.
Oh,
or
yeah.
try to get there. Next one, Master Splicer. Don't know why this is back. 3 in white. When it enters the battlefield, 3/3 colorless golem artifact gets created. And then golems you control get +1/+1. So I don't know if this is foretelling if we're going back to Phyrexia again. I hope not.
Because the Cavalier makes a golem, bro. Just saying, Cavaliers are good.
Anyways, limited.
Yeah, it's a good limited
That's
card.
it. There's not enough golems right now to care.
Yeah, we'll have to see what else happens with
Yeah.
that. Next up is Moment of Heroism, another reprint. 1 white and 1 for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink. It's a cute trick and limited. It's really about the only time I'd ever see it played, but that's what it's for.
Yep. Next one, the Realtor of Magic. More Land Inquisitor. 1 and a white. He's looking for more land. He's a 2/2.
I hate you so much.
He pays 3.
God, I hate
He gains first strike until end of turn. He is limited filler.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Yep, that's it.
Next up is Pacifism. 1 white and 1 for enchant creature. Enchant creature can't attack or block.
Great and limited.
Yeah,
The
fantastic card in limited. I don't see it used in standard, but it can be.
Yeah, exactly. Most people want to exile creatures and not just have them on the battlefield nowadays. The next one, Planner Cleansing. 3 and 3 white. Destroy all non-land permanents. Really great in standard, and not really great in limited that much.
I mean, it can be.
It can be, but
standard's where it's at.
yeah, especially with all the planeswalkers out there, you just want to get rid of everything.
Next up is Raise the Alarm. 1 white
yeah.
and 1 for an instant. Create 2 1/1 white soldier tokens. This card's awesome in limited. This card's awesome in standard.
It will be
Just good.
yeah, it's just good. It will be played everywhere.
Yeah.
The next one, Rule of Law, 2 and a white. It once was a rare, now it's an uncommon enchantment. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. This has never been good. It's never really been used.
I could see it being in like a sideboard card, but it's not really that cool.
Yeah, like if you're tempo, well, if you're not tempo, if you're mid-range and you're playing against control, you want to play this.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Next up is Saphara, the Sky's Blade.
Yep.
3 white and 4 for a 7/7 flying lifelink. And you may pay a white and tap 4 untapped creatures with flying rather than pay the spell's cost.
Yeah.
And then other creatures you control with flying have indestructible.
This card's really good. Like, it'll go in the limited Flying Man's deck. In Standard, you can build so quickly around this guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many one-drop blue and white flying dudes that by turn 3, you can have this down.
Yeah,
For
easily
sure.
by turn 3. And then your dudes are indestructible.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
So you can literally be like, Pegasus, turn 2, you can have the new blue flying flash dude and a Siren Storm Tamer. Turn 3, you can have another one-drop flying, play her, and have God's Willing up for her. So you just win at that point.
Yeah,
You just win.
It's like an Avacyn, but you can cheat into play, which is kind of silly.
Yeah. Card's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is Soul Mender. 1 white, 1/1, tap, you gain 1 life. Meh.
He's the limited, like, filler card.
Build around for sure. If you have the Life Matters deck, put him in there. But besides that, no.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a dude.
Yeah, that's it.
And he has an extra ability of gain 1 life.
For no reason.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next up is a squad captain. For when you and your boys need to go to town, go squad up.
Yep.
He's 1 white and 4 for a 2/2 human soldier with vigilance. And he enters the battlefield with, you put a 1/1 counter on him for each other creature you control.
I hate that he's a 2/2 for 5.
Yeah, he seems a bit much for what he does.
Yeah.
But
I'd say filler limited. Like,
Yeah,
if you need a
it's-
card to put him in there, good. If he was a 3/3 that puts a counter on all dudes, so he's a 4/4 technically, or at least a 2/2 that becomes a 3/3, cool. But
yeah.
This next one, Starfield Mystic. 1 and a white. Enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, so aura spells as well. And when an enchantment you control is put in the graveyard from the field, put a 1/1 counter on Starfield Mystic. I don't know what to think about this dude, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. The fact that you have to wait until enchantment goes into the graveyard for him to get bigger is man.
This dude's kind of cool if you're playing like all the pacifism. So you're just like, cool,
Yeah.
that. Bow, 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 bow.
It makes like Prism Realm cost 2 and Conclave Tribunal costs 1 less, and like seems cool, kind of. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, build around. He could be good in standard. He's weird and limited if you play him. But you have to have a lot of enchantments, which doesn't really feel good in limited, but you can do it.
And there's no bleeder enchantments that much at the moment, so we'll see.
Yeah. Next up is Steadfast Sentry, 2 and 1 white for a 3/2 vigilance. When he dies, you put a 1 counter on target creature you control. He's okay.
He's okay.
He's a limited like filler card. He's just a good dude for limited.
He's one of the best 3/2s for 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Because he has vigilance, and you know he's gonna die because his toughness is 2, and so he helps out one of your dudes.
Yeah. He's
so
pretty neat.
He's pretty good in that. But now, when we talk about non-playable cards ever whatsoever, is a Yoked Ox, 1 white, 0/4. Do not play this guy.
Yeah, it's really not worth it.
Don't do it, unless you play. What's the dragon that make? If you do a Dorn type deck in standard, sure, but don't play this guy.
Yeah, he's really not worth it.
He's not worth it. Don't do it.
That is it.
Yeah, that's it for white. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the blue.
All right, the first card we got in blue is the Ether Gust, a blue and 1 for an instant. Choose target spell or permanent that's red or green. Its owner puts it on top or bottom of their owner's library. So this card's pretty silly. It's good in like sideboard for standard. It can be used in limited a little bit as like a removal. But what makes this card actually really strong is the fact that it can get around hexproof as long as this creature is on the stack still.
Yeah, or can't be countered.
Yeah.
Like if this, like Carnage Turner says, the spell cannot be countered. Well, Aether Gust doesn't counter it. It just places it at the bottom of the owner's library. Yeah. So it can just like, all right, get out of here.
And if it's still, because it's still a spell when it's being cast, so you're just like, cool, that spell, put it on the bottom. So if it hits play, you can't target it anymore because it still hexproof kicks in. Yeah. But otherwise, you're just like, cool, go away.
So it negates literally the green creature that says this card can't be countered in this set, and that has pro blue. But yeah, if it's on the stack, you just like put it at the bottom of your library. This card's ridiculous.
It's pretty silly.
Yeah. The next one is, who knows who created this card? So Agent of Treachery, 5 and 2 blue, enters the battlefield. You gain control of target permanent. Just exactly. There's no returning, no nothing. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't control, draw 3 cards. So EDH for sure.
Yeah, this card's silly in EDH, but that's really about all.
It can happen in limited, maybe. I've seen it played in limited. It's fun, but yeah, EDH.
Yeah. Next up is the Air Elemental. We got him back always. 4/4 flyer for 5 mana. It's just a good limited bomb.
Straight up limited.
Yeah.
Next one, Anticipate, 1 and 1 blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them on top of one in your hand and the rest bottom of your library in any order. It's just good. It might be used in standard. Opt is like the main thing right now, so yeah, it's just good.
Next up is a Team Sys, the All-Seeing, 3 blue and 3 for a 4/5 flyer. You can pay a blue and 2, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. And whenever he deals damage to an opponent, you may reveal your hand. If cards with at least 6 different convert mana costs are revealed this way, that player loses the game. This card is hilarious.
Yep.
And we may play him just to have a fun mess around deck.
Maybe.
But
yeah,
I don't see him being like any kind of standard bomb. But
no, not at all.
I'll laugh if he kills somebody just because you're like, I died.
If anything, he's a limited 4/5 flyer.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
That's about it. Because why would you want to tap him when you can swing in for 4?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's about it.
That's weird. He's silly. Next one, Befuddle, 2 no blue. Instant, target creature gets -4 until end of turn, and draw a card. So combat trick for limited, maybe. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Next up is Bone to Ash, 2 blue and 2. Counter target creature spell, draw a card.
Limited, maybe.
Yeah, it's
just
really
one.
limited.
I wouldn't throw anything out there. Boreal Elemental, 4 and a white, or 4 and a blue, sorry. 3/4 flying. Spells your opponent's cast to target this elemental costs 2 more to cast. A 3/4 flyer for 5 that is hard to kill. Limited for good, for sure.
Yeah, he's cool and limited. That's really about all I think he's good for.
Yeah.
Next up is a Brineborn Cutthroat, 2 for a 2/1 with flash. Whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, put a 1 counter on this dude. He's neat.
He's neat.
I don't really see him doing a lot in standard.
No.
But he's cool. He's a cool trick in limited just because you're like, flash on this dude for 2/1, bounce that dude, he gets a counter.
Yeah.
It's cool. Nothing like that.
Exactly. Next one, Captivating Gyre. 4 and 2 blue sorcery. Return up to 3 target creatures to their owner's hands. Man limited.
Yeah, this card's really good in limited, I think.
Yeah.
Just because it's...
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
It breaks the game in limited because it's 3 dudes just gone. Cool.
Pretty
Don't
much.
block or whatever.
Yeah.
Just thanks. Get out of here. Next up is Cavalier of Gales. 3 blue and 2 for a 5/5 flyer. When he enters the battlefield, draw 3, then put 2 from your hand on top of your library. And when he dies, you shuffle it in and draw, then scry 2. Again, I think he's good because he's a 5/5 flyer for 5,
Yeah.
and he gets to never die. Like, he always comes back.
He's great in limited for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
He's good at standard.
we'll see. Was it Crulian Drake? 1 in a blue, flying, protection from red, so that's cute. 1/1. Sacrifice a counter target spell that targets you. So sideboard standard if red gets super popular again. And he's a 1/1 flyer, so limited for sure.
Yeah. Next up is the Cloud Conceer, a blue and 2 for a 2/1 flyer. He enters the battlefield, you draw a card. He's cool and limited. That's really about where he's at for flying limited.
Yeah, he's everything blue once. He draws you a card and he's a 2/1 flyer
Yeah.
for 3. Thanks. Convolute. 2 in a blue, instant, counter target spell unless controller pays 4. Limited, okay.
Yeah.
But other than that, no.
Next up, Drawn from Dreams. 2 blue and 2 for a sorcery. Look at the top 7 of your library, put 2 of them in your hand, and then the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
I don't know.
I don't really like this card that much.
Yeah.
Like, it's neat. I don't see it being played in standard because it's a sorcery, but it could be because it digs so hard.
Yeah.
But I don't know how good it's gonna be.
Me either.
Limited, it's not really good because you're not gonna want to do that in limited. But
Unless
standard, it could be.
unless you're like, there's a creature and you're like, well, I have this one card that can deal with that impossible dude, and then you look at the top 7.
Yeah.
And hopefully get it. But yeah, it's iffy.
Yeah.
Limited. This guy, Dungeon Guys, he's a returning dude. 2 and 2 blue, spirit, flying, 3/3. Enters the battlefield, tap target creature opponent's control. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's unstep, as long as you control Dungeon Guys. Back in the day, I really underrated this card, and then I played against it, and it's super good.
Yeah, this dude's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know how standard is going to shape up, but I would keep my eye on this guy.
Yeah, Blue Eye Spirits is gonna be a deck, so
Yeah.
just know that's gonna happen. Next up is a Fairy Miscreant. 1 blue for a 1/1 flyer. When he enters the battlefield, if you control another creature named Fairy Miscreant, draw a card.
Limited.
Yeah, limited flyer.
That's it. Flood of Tears. 4 and 2 blue sorcery. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. If you return 4 or more non-token permanents you control this way, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. I don't know what to think about this card, to be honest.
It's cool. Like, it doesn't totally, like, wreck you.
Yeah.
Because you get to put something back into play.
Thing is that River's Rebuke costs the same, and it only does your opponents. So I don't know why anyone would play this if it returns all your stuff too.
So the other thing that's kind of cute about this card is the permanent doesn't have to be one of the ones that got returned. So if you have 4 permanents that in play, you can return all of them to your hand and then drop an Omniscience and then play all your shit back.
There you go.
I
Yes.
was just
I
like,
accept
hold
that.
on. I was like, it doesn't say the one that got put back. So you're just like, cool, put an Omniscience in play.
Permanent
Play all
card
my
from
things.
your hand. That's the cutest right there.
But I mean, you already have to have 6 mana. So I mean, it saves you a little bit, but not a lot.
So a bunch of mana dorks and then omniscience and then go.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Fortress Crab. 3 and a blue, 1/6. Limited blocker for days. That's about it.
Yeah. Next up is the Frilled Sea Serpent. 2 blue and 4 for a 4/6. You can pay 7, and he can't be blocked this turn. It's cool, limited.
Yep.
It's not even really like super good and limited, but it's useful.
Yeah. Next one. Frost Lynx. 2 and a blue, 2/2. Enters the battlefield. Tap target creature opponent controls. It doesn't untap during the next untap step. It's an elemental, so that might play a bigger role, especially in limited. And we'll see about standard.
Yeah.
See how elementals go for sure.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Next up is hardcover. 1 blue for an enchantment. Enchantment or enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2 and has tap, draw a card, then discard a card.
So making your dudes loot.
Yep.
Make him a good blocker and loot. Seems okay.
It's cool. Nothing like crazy.
Yeah.
But it's neat.
Next one, Leyline of Anticipation. 2 and 2 blue enchantment. Has the Leyline ability, so if it's in your hand, get to put it in the field. And you may cast spells as though they had flash. So, awesome.
This is one of the best ones.
Yep.
It's one of the top, 2 ley lines or 3 ley lines in the game, I think. And this one's super good in Commander, for reals. My god, this is so good.
Yeah. And sure, all spells, so planeswalkers, creatures, everything you could think of. So hopefully you have this opening hand, and then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. This one I can definitely see being played main board in a standard deck, but sideboard it's really good too.
Oh yeah.
Next up, Masterful Replication. 1 blue and 5 for an instant. Choose one. Create 2 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature tokens, or choose target artifact you control. Each other artifact you control becomes a copy of that artifact until the end of turn.
I don't know.
I don't really see this card being played ever.
Ever.
It's neat, but I don't see it being used.
Yeah.
It's cool and limited. It gives you 2 dudes, but it's not really that great.
It's instant, so I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future of standard, pretty much.
Yeah.
Metropolis Sprite, 1 in blue. Flying 1/2, pay 1, it gets headbutt ability. I guess that's what it's called now. +1, -1 until end of turn. It's a good limited flyers.
Yep. Next up is the Moat Piranhas. 1 blue and 1 for a 3/3 defender. This dude's pretty silly.
Yeah.
It's a good blocker.
Yeah, it's a good blocker and limited. Done.
Yeah.
Alright, the next one, another Planeswalker. I was trying to put name and Planeswalker together. Mu Yanling, Sky Dancer. 1 and 2 blue. 2 points for loyalty. +2. Until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -2/-0 and loses flying. -3. Create a 4/4 blue elemental bird. That's 4/4? Jeez, that's not too bad with flying. And then -8, you get emblem says islands you control have tap, draw a card. I have no idea.
This card will be used in standard just because it costs 3, and it pseudo protects itself, but it's gonna take a while for you to get the ult. God help if you do get that ult though, because it is pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's silly. EDH for sure.
Yeah, EDH definitely gonna be used, but I don't know so much about standard. It'll probably see some playing standard as a 1 of or 2 of maybe, but nothing crazy.
Turn 3, it slightly protects itself. Turn 4, you make a 4/4 elemental, probably.
Yeah.
Because that's a 4/4 bird for free, pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
Next up is Negate with the awesome art. And,
Yep.
I mean, it's what it is. You counter target non-creature spell. It's good in limited, good in standard.
It's going to be in standard forever nowadays.
Yeah, it's just a good card.
The next one, Octoprophet. 3 in a blue, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2. Limited. That's about it.
Yeah, it's cool and limited. Doesn't really do anything else.
That's it.
Portal of Sanctuary. A blue and 2 for an artifact. Pay 1, tap, return target artifact. Return target creature you control and each aura attached to it to their owner's hands. Activate its ability only during your turn.
Sad things. It's each aura attached to it, so when they pacify your creature, they get the pacifism back. 2, it's only during your turn. I found that the hard way playing Arena because I didn't fully read it, and it's meh.
Yeah, I don't know. This dude's probably got a use, but I don't know what it is yet.
The only thing is limited, and a Diamond Knight, which is in the colorless artifacts we'll get to. Basically, play a spell of whatever color it gets a 1/1 counter. Maybe. But that's about it.
Granted, you do get to make a Satyr Enchanter pretty good.
Yeah.
Just draw lots of cards. Boo, boo, boo. But really not that good.
It's not that good. Renowned Weaponsmith. 1 in a blue, 1/3. Tap, add 2 colorless. Only spin this on artifacts, spells, or activate abilities of artifacts. Or you pay 1, tap, search your library card for Heart-Piercing Bow or Vial of Dragonfire, reveal it. Put it in your hand, shuffle your library. When this first guy got revealed in M17 or whatever a while back, I thought it was going to be super cool, but then the other 2 artifacts are crappy.
Yeah.
So, meh.
He's kind of meh. He's cool and limited just because he helps you, but he's not really all that great.
He's not that good. It depends on what kind of crazy artifact spell decks there can be. Because adding 2 mana on turn 3 is pretty good.
Yeah.
But meh.
Next up is Sage's Road Denizen. A blue and 2 for a 2/3. Whenever another blue creature enters the battlefield under your control, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into the graveyard. It's cool. Limited, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not really great and limited. But
it's a 2/3 for 3, but there's a lot of better cards for 3 out there.
Yeah.
Next one, Scholar of the Ages. 5 and 2 blue, human wizard, 3/3. Enters the battlefield, return up to 2 target instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. I think it costs too much.
Yeah.
Don't play this.
I don't feel like it's useful. It costs way too much for what it does.
Maybe in limited if you have multiple kill spells, but besides that, no.
Yeah. Next up is Sleep Paralysis. A blue and 3 for an enchantment. Whenever it enters the battlefield, tapped enchanted creature. And then enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step.
Really good.
Yeah, it's a good limited just control card.
Yeah.
Sure, it costs 4, but you don't really care because you're like, that dude doesn't untap ever.
Yeah, you're in blue and you need removal. Here you go.
Yeah.
Thanks. Now this guy I really enjoy actually. Spectral Sailor, 1 blue, 1/1. It has flash, it has flying, and you can pay 4 and draw a card. Seems really good. Seems like everything that blue wants to do.
So yeah, blue-white flyer is definitely gonna be a deck.
Yep.
Because you can play this dude and then play the little 2/1 Pegasus, and then in 2 turns you play that big angel that gives them all indestructible.
And if mono blue comes back tempo for standard, this guy's gonna be in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Next up is Tail's End. 1 blue and 1 for an instant. Counter target activate ability, trigger ability, or legendary spell. So counter pretty much anything
a planeswalker will ever do.
Yeah. It's neat. I like it. It'll be probably used in standard just because it costs 2.
Yeah.
And it does pretty much anything you need it to.
Yeah.
Limited, it's okay. I stay away from counter spells in limited because they're not all that good.
Yeah. Especially ones that are very specific like this.
Yeah.
So sideboard, limited, standard, probably main board, depending how big planeswalkers are still. And legendary spell means all the big dudes like Liar, Dawnbringer, and such like that. So get them out of here.
Yep.
Now this good old reprint, Unsummon, 1 blue instant, return target creature to its owner's hand. It's a limited goodness for sure.
For sure. Next up, Warden of Evos Isle, a blue and 2 for a flyer, 2/2 flyer. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less to play. So awesome.
Super good and limited. And standard, if you make a flying deck, put this guy in here because he's really good.
Yeah, blue-white flyers in standard with this dude's gonna be silly.
Oh yeah. The next one, Winged Words. 2 and a blue, the spell costs 1 less if you control a creature with flying. Draw 2 cards. It's a divination that can potentially cost 2. Yes, please.
Yeah, this card's pretty silly.
Throw that in limited all day. Standard, maybe.
Yeah,
Possibly.
if you're playing the flying deck, maybe.
Yeah.
Next up is Yarok's Wave Crusher. 1 blue and 3 for a 4/4 elemental. When it enters the battlefield, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Kinda meh. Could be used, but I don't know.
But not if you top deck it and this is the only creature, you have to bounce it. So another creature you control.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a 4/4 for 4 for blue. Okay, good.
Yeah.
The next one, Cipher Charge. 1 and a blue enchantment. It's just enchantment. Pay 2, target creature gains flying until end of turn.
Limited, it's cool because it gives you your way into kill, but otherwise I don't really see it used.
Yeah, if you're not playing the flying deck and you still are playing blue somehow, then probably play this in here so your big creatures can go in. Besides that, don't play this.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. With that ends with blue, and now we'll go ahead and get into the black.
Alright, starting off black, we have Agonizing Siphon. A black and 3 sorcery, deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. It's kind of meh. It can be used in limited just as a kill spell, but it's really not that great.
And it's a filler, and it's just, it's really not great at all.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, Audacious Thief. 2 and a black. It's a 2/2. Whenever it attacks, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. I think it's really good limited.
Yeah, this dude's actually pretty neat.
Yeah. It's not a May, so if you're low life, you don't want to ever attack. But he's still good.
Yeah.
He draws a card and you lose a life. Who cares?
Next up is the Barony Vampire. A black and 2 for a 3/2, just basic dude. It's a filler card if you need it.
Yeah.
Because there's probably better dudes for 3 mana, but it's cool.
Yeah. Next one, Blade Brand. It's already a reprint already. It's 1 in black. Target creature gains Death Touch, instant speed, and draw a card. It's a cute combat trick. Pretty much.
It's really just a combat trick. It's cool.
Yeah.
Next up is a Blight Beetle. Look at him. He's kind of cute.
He's kind of cute.
Black and 1 for an insect. 1/1 with Pro Green. Creatures your opponents control can't have 1/1 counters put on them.
I like this guy a lot.
This dude's anti-counters, and it's pretty neat.
The J-Light Rangers, the Wild Growth Walkers. It can't get big. You can still gain that life, but we don't care.
This dude's definitely going to be a standard and a modern card.
Yeah.
Sideboard hate for sure. In Modern, this dude hates on silly 1 mana hard the Timbers deck. The 1 green.
I have no idea.
I don't remember what that card is. It's like 1 green. You put a whole bunch of counters on your dudes.
Oh, the Hardened Scales deck.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Hardened Scales, get out of here.
Yeah, this dude's gonna be doing some work in multiple sets, multiple formats.
Hydrocrassus, go ahead and die. 0/0/0.
Thanks. You can draw some cards, but
yeah,
you don't get to be big.
we don't care. Next one, Blood Burglar. It's 1 and a black. It's a 2/2 for 2. That's not too bad. As long as it's your turn, it gains lifelink. So better than Child of Night because it's a 2/2, not a 2/1, and it still has lifelink. So okay,
Kind of.
kind of.
I don't know. Limited, he's cool.
Yeah, limited.
But that's really about it.
That's it.
Next up, Blood for Bones. A black and 3 for a sorcery. As additional cost to cast this spell or sacrifice a creature. Return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then return another creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
I really like this card a lot.
See, I'm not so fond of this card.
Because instead of it costing 5, it costs 4, and you're gonna have dudes to sack. Hopefully, and like you sack a dude, you can get the dude that you sacked and another creature, and it's just good.
I mean, it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Whatever.
I would use it in limited, possibly standard. I want to build around it for sure.
Alright.
Next one, Bloodsoaked Altar. 4 and 2 black artifact. Tap, pay 2 life, discard a card, sacrifice a creature, create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying. Activate this ability only time you cast a sorcery. Do not play this card. I don't like it. It seems crappy. It costs too much, and it's just no.
Yeah.
It's just a 5/5 demon. It can be killed.
Next up, Bloodthirsty Aerialist. 2 black and 1 for a 2/3 flyer. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this dude.
This guy's good.
This dude's pretty good. Limited bomb.
Yeah.
Standard, it can be used if you build around it, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like we said, Life Matters deck will be out there.
Yep.
Next one is a beautiful card for limited. Bone Splinters, 1 black. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Destroy target creature. Thank you.
So this card I like.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this token that I don't care about, kill that big dude.
Just 1 black,
Thanks.
kill that big dude. We're good.
Yeah.
Next one is Boneclad Necromancer. I'm pretty sure I just did that. 3 and 2 black. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target creature card from the graveyard. If you do, create a 2/2 zombie token. So 5 power for 5 mana. It's okay.
I think it's pretty good and limited, for sure. And he wanted to do that so I'd have my Cavalier of Night, because I like my Cavaliers. I just do.
If you've gone through the other colors with us, you know I do not care for them. Except maybe this guy.
But he has 3 black and 2 for a 4/5 lifelink. Whenever he enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. Whenever you do, destroy target creature an opponent controls. And when he dies, return target creature with a current mana cost 3 or less from graveyard to the battlefield.
I think he might be the best out of all of them, but still, I don't know.
You're crazy. These dudes are awesome. All the Cavaliers are good. Mark my words, they're
I might
good.
just do Bantu, man. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Just move on.
Move on. A great kill spell, and it makes me extremely sad to see. Disfigure, 1 black, instant. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. And seeing how I've been loving a Danto's Vanguard for standard, this guy will destroy me.
Yeah.
This guy destroys a lot of aggro decks.
Yeah, Disfigure's awesome.
Yeah.
It's one of the best kill spells in Magic for 1 mana.
Yeah,
Really.
it really is.
It's so good. So definitely a standard staple. It will be. And limited to bomb.
Yeah.
Next up is Dread Presence. A black and 3 for a 3/3. Whenever a swamp enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1. You draw a card and lose a life, or it deals 2 damage to any target and you gain 2 life.
Limited bomb. You know what's still in standard right now? Scape Shift.
This dude's kind of silly.
This guy is really good.
Yeah, if you build around him, he'll be good in standard. But other than that, he's really just a limited bomb. But this dude's pretty silly.
There's an Elf in green that can help this guy out. Scape Shift and standard is still there. So you're just like, sack all my dudes.
Also-
I get swamps.
Also Crucible Worlds.
Crucible Worlds, man. This guy is, I'm playing with him.
He's going to do some work.
He's going to do a lot of work. And that 2 damage is any target, just to let you know. You can kill
Silly.
it. Just, oof, so good. Next one, Duress. It's classic staple. 1 black, sorcery. Target player reveals their hand, choose a non-land creature, land, card from it, and the player discards that card. And I'm in non-creature, non-land.
Duress is just a good card.
It's just a good card.
It's a good sideboard card for sure, because it gets whatever you want, really.
And I would keep in my limited main board too.
That's
just
what
to look at their hands, really.
Yeah. Next up is Embodiment of Agonies. 2 black and 1 for a 0/0 flying death touch. Seems terrible.
Yep.
When he enters the battlefield, he enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each different mana cost among non-land cards in your graveyard. For example, if there's a 3-drop or like a black and 2 and a 1 and 2 black are different mana costs.
So if you have nothing in your graveyard, he's a 0/0.
But other than that, he gets to be really cool.
Possibly. Maybe. I don't like this guy.
For each different mana cost among non-land cards in your graveyard. So he could be really big really quickly if you have like a 1, a 2, and then another 2 that cost differently.
Yeah.
He's going to take a lot of work around, but he could be really, really strong.
He could
in Standard.
Limited, probably really good, because late game you're just like, alright, I have a bunch of stuff in my graveyard for sure. Next one, Epicure of Blood. 4 and a black. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. 4/4. Good limited.
Yeah, limited really.
That's it.
Next up, Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. A black and 3 for a 3/3 human pirate. When he enters the battlefield, destroy a target creature an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. It's cool limited. It's really bad on place I see it played.
Yeah, apparently this will be a new like staple in release sets, because now there's starting to be a card that does this every set. Which is, it is good and limited.
Yeah.
Also, reprint Feral Abomination. 5 and a black, Death Touch, 5/5. It's a good filler for limited.
It's a big throw.
Yep.
Yeah. Next up, Gorging Vulture. A black and 2 for a 2/2 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. You gain life for each creature put into the graveyard this way.
I think this card is extremely terrible. I've seen it do so many horrible things to people's decks. It's so much, it's been nicknamed Gary Miller. It's Gary the Vulture, and he mills you and he just ruins your life forever.
I don't really see this card being all that great. If you really need to use it, it's a flyer, but that's like the only thing it's got going for it. It's kind of bad.
Do not do this card. It's bad. The next one, Gravedigger. 3 and a black, 2/2. Enters the battlefield, you may return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. A good limited, for sure.
Yeah. Next up, Gruesome Scourger. 2 black and 3 for a 3/3. When he enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target opponent or planeswalker equal to the number of creatures you control. It's cool. It's not really all that neat, but it's cool.
I mean, limited for sure if you have a bunch of tokens. I just now realized I've never actually looked at the black spoiler list because I've never seen most of these cards. I mean, I like it, but limited for sure.
Yeah.
Knight of the Ebon Legion. 1 black, 1/2. So you pay 2 and a black. It gains +3/+3 and gains Death Touch until end of turn, so that's pretty neat. At the beginning of your end step, if a player lost 4 life this turn, put a 1/1 counter on him.
This dude's kind of cool.
I like him. I like him a lot, actually. He'd go real good in my Blood Bank deck, and he's just really good.
Yeah, if a player lost 4 life, that's neat.
So Donto Vanguard, you protect him or lose 4 life to make him indestructible. He gets a counter, and then you can pay 3, and he's just at basic. He's a 4/5 for on turn 3.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Definitely limited bomb. Standard, he can definitely be built around really well.
Really good.
Legion's End is the next card. A black and 1 for a sorcery. Exile target creature an opponent controls with career mana cost 2 or less, and all other creatures that player controls with the same name as that creature.
Super good.
Then that player reveals their hand and exiles all cards with that name from their hand and graveyard. So you're like, cool, any 2-drop and under, get it out of my life. So your silly merfolk that explores, get rid of all of them.
Yeah,
not a Jade Light, the little one, the Branch Walker.
Yeah, the Branch Walker, or even the stupid Wall Growth Walker, the 1/3 that everyone hates. It gets counters when game live. Blah 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 blah. Get him out of here.
That dude's pretty good.
Get him out.
He doesn't care where they're at. He gets rid of all of them.
If anything, it's literally for standard, maybe sideboard because you don't know because it's aggro based pretty much, but really good. Next one, Leyline of the Void. One of the new Leyline. Well, it's not new, but it's a reprint Leyline.
Yeah.
2 and 2 black enchantment. Has the Leyline clause when it's in your opening hand. Put it in the battlefield. If a card would be put into a opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead.
This card is awesome.
Yeah, they were like, Modern, this card's going to destroy Modern, so let's go ahead and reprint it so everyone can have it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this card's super good. It's always been good.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of graveyard shenanigans all the time. So standard, it'll be good in sideboards. Limited, it's really terrible, but whatever.
Because the main two big standard decks really did mess with the graveyard. So
Yeah.
here you go.
Next up is Mind Rot. 1 black and 2. Target player discards 2 cards. One of those
Classic.
limited staples.
Yep, very classic. Also, Murder. 1 and 2 black instant, destroy target creature. Pick them up.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Cards are great.
Yeah.
Next up is Noxious Grasp. 1 black and 1 for an instant. Destroy target creature or planeswalker that's green or white. You gain 1 life.
Super good.
Yeah, good in the standard sideboard.
Yeah, for sure.
Kill that Teferi.
Yeah,
Get
kill
it
that.
out of my life.
Instant speed before you untap. Kill that Teferi. Thanks.
I am done with him. Thanks.
Now, one of my favorite cards, Rotting Regisaur. 2 and a black, 7/6. Weird. He's a zombie dinosaur. At the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card. Who cares? He's a 7/6 for 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat you down real quickly. And sure, I have to lose a card that I don't care
I
about.
don't care. Especially if we're playing Golgari. Then you're just like, turn 2, I have this guy out. I don't care what I put in the graveyard.
Yeah, this dude's awesome.
This card.
He's just big.
Insane.
He big smash.
He's like,
Next up, Sanitarium Skeleton. 1 black for a 1/2. And return him to the graveyard to your hand for paying 3 mana. Kind of is bad.
very annoying and limited when someone gets multiple of them. And you're just trying to kill them, but they won't allow you to.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Next one, Scheming Symmetry. 1 black sorcery. Choose 2 target players. Each of them searches their library for a card, then shuffles their library and puts that card on top of it.
What?
EDH. This is for EDH to plan things out and plot against people.
This card's
But,
weird.
Yeah, this card's super weird. I would not do it in standard.
It's kind of it's just a rough card to play in standard, but we'll see.
Unless, like, I don't know.
Unless you know your card's going to be better than theirs.
Unless you're Esper and you're way above board, it's a more win card, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Don't play it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
next up, Sorcerer of the Fang. 1 white, or 1 and a black, and he's a 1/3 human wizard. You pay 6, taps, Sorcerer of the Fang, deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Filler. This dude's limited filler at
Limited
best.
filler. I miss the days when you could just ping for a tap and do 1
Yeah,
damage until
yeah.
end of turn. Now you have to pay 6 or 7. Alright, next one. Apparently everyone loves this guy. Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. 2 and a black, 4 loyalty. +1. Target creature you control gain Death Touch and Lifelink. That's super good until end of turn. If it's a vampire, put a 1/1 counter on it. Really good. +1 again. You may sacrifice a vampire, and when you do, Sorin deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. So he has a... What is that red-white card? The burn spell. Anyways, he has that on a stick.
Oh, Lightning Helix.
Lightning Helix on a stick, which is insane for black to have reach. And then -3, you may put a vampire creature from your hand onto the battlefield. So shenanigans.
Yeah, this dude... I've already seen this dude making a couple waves in Modern and Legacy because of that bottom ability.
Yeah.
And with that new silly, like, Lord that's a changeling. So you're like, cool, -3, put this dude into play. Choose slivers, play slivers for 1 less of each color. So you're just like, slivers.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Or changelings or anything, so you can throw 1 down. Olivia, you can throw her down turn 3. This card's ridiculous.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Next up is Soul Salvage. A black and 2. Return 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. It's cool, limited.
Yeah.
I don't really see it being used in standard.
No, not at all. But to see it in limited is very annoying.
Yeah.
When it's played against you, you're like, oh, it just took so long.
Yeah, because they already had to waste all their stuff to kill those 2 dudes, and you're like, cool, they're back.
Yep.
Thanks.
Next one, Thought Distortion. 4 and 2 black sorcery. The spell cannot be countered. I don't know what this does. Target opponent reveals their hand. Exile all non-creature, non-land cards from the player's hand and graveyard. It's bad.
Seems kind of bad because it costs so much.
Yeah.
It's cool, but it's not like useful.
Costs 6. By the time they get everything on the field, you're dead.
They're gonna have like 1 card in their hand, and cool. I can just remove your graveyard with something less.
And even then, they're gonna have all multiples in their hand that's on the battlefield of all the planeswalkers they've just played on you. So
card's not good.
not good.
Next up, Undead Servant. A black and 3 for a 3/2 zombie. When he enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 zombie token for each card named Undead Servant in your graveyard. I like this dude in limited. If you get him in draft, he's silly.
Yeah.
You're just like, throw him down.
Constant.
And it dies?
More,
Cool. Get
more.
some more.
Yeah.
But this dude's cool and limited. That's really his place.
Yeah, that's about it. But I wouldn't just draft them. If you get them, you get them.
Yeah.
Unholy Indentured. 2 in a black enchantment aura. This card art is amazing. Enchant creature. When it dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control with a 1/1 counter on it. We've had multiple of this type of card, and it's okay.
Yeah, this card's okay. The other ones are better just because it costs less,
Yeah.
but this one's cool.
The art's cool.
Yeah, the art's awesome. Next up, Vampire of the Dire Moon. A 1/1 lifelink death touch for 1 black.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that seems real good.
That's good. I don't care who you are. It's really good.
Limited standard, that dude's good.
Life gain matters. Standard or limited.
Just to kill your dude all day.
Just everything. Play him with Soren so he gets bigger. Have fun with that. Anyways, Vengeful War Chief, 4 in a black. Whenever you lose life for the first time, put a 1/1 counter on this War Chief dude. 4/4. Yeah. Each turn. So limited bomb almost.
Yeah.
Slightly. It's a bomb uncommon for limited.
Yeah. Next up is Villis, Broker of Blood. 3 black and 5 for an 8/8 flyer. He's a demon. You can pay a black, pay 2 life. Target creature gets -1/-1 until the end of turn. And whenever you lose life, draw that many cards.
That means any damage. Any sort of... They swing in, you lose 4 life because of a creature, you draw 4 cards.
Yeah.
Cheat this guy in standard. In limited, if you can get there, you get there.
Yeah.
I've seen him win games for sure.
That dude's pretty silly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Next one is Yarok's Finlurker. 2 black, 1/1. Enters the battlefield, each opponent exiles a card from their hand. You may pay 3. It's a horror, not a shade, which is weird. Gets +1/+1 until end of turn. He's pretty good. He's decent. He's a 1/1 that makes him lose a card in their hand. Limited.
Yeah, limited he's really cool. Otherwise, I don't really see him doing much.
Yeah, pretty much. But with that is the end of the black, and we'll go ahead and get into the red. All right, the first one, of course, is always here. Active Treason. 2 in a red. Sorcery. Gain control of target creature on their turn. Untap it. It gains haste. Limited funness.
Yeah, it's just a goofy card they always reprint.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next up is Cavalier Flame. Already another one I like. 3 red and 2 for 6/5. They both hate it, but it's okay.
Yep.
Pay a red and 1. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and haste. Whenever he enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many. And whenever he dies, he deals X damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control, where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. This dude's pretty awesome. He's not as good as the other ones, I don't think, but he's pretty good.
Limited, he can be really pretty out there, just because he can give all your other dudes haste and big. Especially if you just discard your hand. I don't know where this guy's gonna land.
I think he's gonna be good in standard, but we'll see.
Yeah. Oof. The next one. The first of 3 Chandras. Chandra, Acolyte of Flame. 1 and 2 red. Starts with 4. It's 0. Put a loyalty counter on each planeswalker. Each red planeswalker you control. Another 0. Create 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens. They gain haste, sacrifice them at the beginning of next end step. So they swing in. -2. You may cast target instant or sorcery card from the converted mana, cost 3 or less from the graveyard. If that card would be put in the graveyard this turn, exile instead. She's actually really kind of powerful, especially that -2 ability right there.
Yeah, this Chandra is actually really strong.
Yeah, it really is for 3 mana.
She's gonna definitely see play in standard because she does a lot.
Yeah.
She's good and limited too, just because she can make free dudes.
Free dudes. Elementals, of course, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Next up is Chandra the Awakened Inferno. 2 red and 4 for a 6 loyalty walker. She's one of the best ones, I think, because she can end the game pretty well. But this spell can't be countered. And +2, each opponent gains an emblem with, at the beginning of your upkeep, this emblem deals 1 damage to you. -3, she deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. And then -X, she deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a permanent dealt this damage this way is dies, exile instead. So she's old Chandra Nalar, but just a little bit better, which is silly. And the fact that she gets +2 to give you an emblem that you take damage every turn, and it's like stackable emblems, it's pretty neat.
If she's not banned in the first month, I'm quitting Magic. In limited, she wins. That +2, sorry, just makes it impossible to try to win a game unless they're almost dead. And in a standard control, if you do this, you just win. Like I don't know what to say. If they get to untap and do this again on you, you scoop. Just scoop.
I mean, you do get 2 emblems if it happens twice. It's pretty silly.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. So you're taking a shock every turn. Every single turn. Even if you kill her, they can just play another one next turn and do it again.
Yeah.
She's
silly.
This card's not fair and it needs to be gone.
I don't know about not fair. It costs 6 mana.
Control, that's okay. And ramp, that's turn 4.
I don't know. I think it's okay. It's going to be good.
I'm super excited for it. It can't be countered.
But it can be put on the bottom with that blue card.
At least. I guess I'm going to have to run that.
Yeah. I don't know what you're worried about. You'll be alright. This card's definitely good in Standard. Definitely use it.
It's a master in Standard. Alright, the next other crappy Chandra. It's Novice Pyromancer, 3 in a red, 5 loyalty, of course. Plus, is it because everyone bitched about not being a good Chandra? So they're like, let's just make 3 good Chandras in one set?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Anyways, +1 elementals you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. You can -1, add 2 red, so she essentially costs 2. And -2, it deals 2 damage to any target. So the fact that the turn 3 one produce elementals, the turn 4 one makes those elementals 3/1s. You can just like start stacking and swinging constantly.
And then the 6th one kills the way for elementals. It clears the way for elementals.
Yes.
Because she deals damage to non-elementals, so pretty silly.
And then you just swing. It's just a beautiful curve, isn't it?
Yeah.
Legendary rule, yay!
Next up is Chandra's Imber Cat. 1 red and 1 for 2/2 elemental cat. You tap, add a red, spin this mana only to cast an elemental spell or a Chandra Planeswalker spell.
Because a mana dork that's a 2/2, that's fair.
Yeah, hey, why not? It's cool.
It's good for those Chandras.
Yep.
Next, Chandra's Outrage. 2 and 2 red, instant. Does 4 damage to target creature and 2 damage to the creature's controller. Limited, really good in limited.
Which Chandra's mad?
All of them.
Okay,
every single one.
Chandra's Regulator. A red and 1 for the legendary artifact. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of a Chandra Planeswalker, you may pay 1. If you do copy that ability, you may choose new targets for the copy. And you pay 1, tap, discard a mountain or a red card, draw a card. So you can pay 1 and they get 2 emblems.
Yep.
So pretty good.
Pretty good. Or if you're in burn or mono red aggro, just the pay 1, discard a mountain or a red card, draw a card wins. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like this card a lot. It will be used in Standard for sure. Limited, it's just good to cycle through your deck.
Oh, sure.
Next one is Chandra's Spitfire. 2 in a red, 1/3 flying elemental. When an opponent is dealt non-combat damage, Chandra's Spitfire gains +3/+0 until end of turn. That's pretty cute. I don't know how good it is in limited because there's not many burn out there, especially ones you want to go straight to the face. Standard,
Be built around this card, it can be used, but it's not really all that great.
I mean, the fact it's continuously, so if you do 2 shocks, 4 damage, it gets +6/+0. So you're swinging 7 in the air.
Yeah,
Turn
it's kind of
4.
cool. It's nothing like crazy, but it's neat.
We'll have to test around it to make sure.
Next up is a Dagger Sail Aeronaut. A red and 3 for a 3/2 goblin. As long as it's your turn, he gains flying.
Pretty good for red. 3/2 flying-ish for red.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. Next one, Destructive Digger. 2 in a red, 3/2, so that's good stats. Pay 3, tap, sacrifice an artifact or land, draw a card. Limited fun.
Yeah.
If you start flooding out and you start drawing cards.
Next up is Dragon Mage. 2 red and 5 for a 5/5 flyer. He's now an uncommon, which is pretty wild. When he deals combat damage to a player, each player discards their hand and draws 7. This card's awesome because it's just silly. Limited, it's really cool, but Standard, he's okay. Yeah. I don't see him doing a lot in Standard because Dragonstorm's not a thing, but he's really cool.
And you don't want you don't want people to Wheel of Fortune constantly.
Yeah.
No good, because he'll die immediately once they draw that kill spell.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, Drakuseth, Maw of Flames. 4 and 3 red, 7/7 flying for 7, so that counts. Whenever it attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to each up to 2 other targets. This guy's insane.
Yeah, he does so much. He's just fire breathes everything.
Yeah. It is just, if you ramp up to him or cheat him in, he's extremely good.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, cost 7 for it is a little rough.
Next up is the reprint Ember Hauler. 2 red For a 2/2 goblin, you pay 1, sacrifice him, he deals 2 damage to any target.
Limited goodness.
Yeah, limited, fantastic.
Also, limited staple is Fire Elemental. 3 and 2 red, 5/4. He's a filler card. If you need a slot, put him in.
Yep. Next up, Flame Sweep. A red and 2 for an instant. Deals 2 damage to each creature except for creatures you control with flying. So your dragons breathing fire on the world. It's good. It'll be used in standard as just like a weird little board wipe against
If you
like
control
aggro
flyers.
decks.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's not going to be doing a lot. Like limited, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah. I mean, they already used the pirate one, but now you don't have to worry about pirates. You just do this. Fry, 1 and a red. This spell cannot be countered. Instant. Fry deals 5 damage to target Teferi.
Yeah. Target planeswalker or creature that's blue-white.
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah. But that's what it does. It kills Teferi.
Yeah, it is 2 mana, kill that Teferi.
Yeah,
Because
pretty
don't counter
much.
me. Unless you put it on the bottom, because that's
That other card that protects whatever.
Yeah.
Blue's just too powerful right now.
Yeah. We're just going to go fast.
Yeah.
Glinthorn Buccaneer, 2 red and 1 for 2/4 haste. When you discard a card, he deals 1 damage to each opponent. And you can pay a red and 1, discard a card, draw a card, activate this ability only if he is attacking.
Which is weird.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I don't know what to think about this guy. Like, there must be... if only the Hollowed 1 deck was still a thing, maybe he can do good. I don't know.
This dude's probably got a use.
But not
We have
right
to
now.
figure it out.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta figure it out right now.
Limited, he's cool just because he's a 2/4 haste for 3. But I don't really know what else you're doing with this dude. Already.
Exactly. Maybe if you play him with Nahib and you discard your whole hand and draw that many cards and he does that much damage, and it's just silly. Alright, the next one. Goblin Bird Grabber. 1 red. 2/1. Pay 1 red. He gains flying until end of turn. Activate this only if you have a creature with flying. I love it. He's just cute. He's a limited funness.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you just pay red and gain flying.
Yep.
It's pretty silly. Next up is Goblin Ringleader, my boy. Red and 3 for a 2/2 haste. He enters the battlefield, reveal the top 4 of your deck, put all goblins revealed this way into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of any order.
I like it.
So this card, he's going to be okay in standard with a goblin deck, but he's really going to shine in modern because he allows goblins to be played in modern. And a lot of people don't think they can be, but I'm here to tell you they can. I know my goblins, and there's lots of good ones.
We might be able to show one later. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
Next one, Goblin Smuggler, 2 and a red, haste, 2/2. Tap. Another target creature with power 2 or less can be blocked this turn. He's really good and limited. The fact that he can swing or he makes one of your other 2 whatever powerful dudes swing, it's good.
He's really, really good.
Yeah.
Infuriate, 1 red, instant. Target creature gets +3/+2 until the end of turn.
That's almost giant growth for red.
Yeah, that's pretty silly.
That's all you need to know for limited.
Yeah, limited bomb.
Let's see. Keldon Raider, 2 and 2 red. Enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you draw a card, just a filler card for limited.
Yeah, he's cool, but that's really about all you need.
Yeah.
Lavakin Brawler, 1 red and 3 for a 2/4. When he attacks, you get +1/+0 until the end of turn for each elemental you control. So limited bomb with elementals. Otherwise, it's kind of just meh.
Just meh. Next one, Leyline of Combustion, 2 and 2 red enchantment. This one's one of the better ley lines for sure. So, has a leyline clause. If it's in your opening hand, put it in the battlefield. Whenever you or at least one permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, Leyline Combustion deals 2 damage to that player. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don't target my crap.
Yeah. Oh, you targeted my stuff? You can take 2 for it. Thanks.
Probably the only one that's really good at multiples. I think the only one that actually affects at multiples, so.
Yeah.
Standard, yes. Limited, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Maniacal Rage, 1 red and 1 for an enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and can't block. It's a really good limited bomb just because you're like, make this dude really mad, swing.
Yep, that's all it is. Limited filler for sure. Now this guy is going to change up standard a little bit. Marauding Raptor, 1 in a red dinosaur. He's a 2/3, which is good for 2 mana. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Thank you, Raptor. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Marauding Raptor deals 2 damage to it. If it's a dinosaur, dealt this way, Marauding Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn. I think this card's really good.
Yeah, this card is really strong because it does a lot.
Yeah.
And it's even sillier with a Polyraptor.
Well, now we discussed this a little bit, but it makes it infinite loop with Polyraptor because it's not a May ability. Therefore, it's an infinite loop, and therefore you lose the game.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
if you can kill him in response, then cool. But...
Then cool, but be careful.
Or
with that.
you just do it and then you fling it. Because this dude just gets huge.
He gets super huge.
Burn! That'd be pretty sweet too.
Yeah.
There you go. Deck. Red-green.
Go for it.
Next is Mask of Immolation. A red and 1 for an artifact equipment. When he enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red elemental token, then attach this to it. An equipped creature has sacrifice this creature, deals 1 damage to any target. Equipped for 2.
It's cute.
It's pretty cool. It turns things into a Mog Fanatic.
Yeah.
It's neat.
It's
I
not-
like it.
It's not too bad.
Nothing like crazy. It'll be cool and limited. I don't really see it doing a lot in standard, but it's neat.
If the cost was 1, it would be in standard like aristocrats deck for sure.
Yeah.
Because you're just like da 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 da.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it costs 2.
Yeah.
Next one, Pack Mastiff, 1 in a red. It's a 2/2, and then you can pay 2. Each creature you control named Pack Mastiff gets +1/+1/0 until end of turn. So limited if you get multiples, good.
Yeah.
Other than that, meh.
Next up is Rapacious Dragon. 1 red and 4 for a 3/3 flyer. Whenever he enters the battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens.
So
He protect his treasure.
He's getting protected, but not too much because he's a 3/3.
Yeah.
So meh.
He's cool. Limited, he's really cool.
Limited, he's okay.
I could see him using standard, but not in very much.
Yeah. But you know what kills this guy? Reckless Airstrike. 1 red, sorcery. It deals 3 damage to target creature with flying or destroy target artifact. It's good. Limited.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think this will actually be a really good sideboard card in standard too, just because it can kill different
If
things.
you're definitely doing like mono red for sure.
Yeah. Next up, Reduced to Ash. 1 red and 4 for sorcery. Deals 5 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead.
Good limited.
Yeah, great limited.
Alright. Repeated Reverberation. 2 and 2 red instant. When you next cast an instant spell or sorcery spell, activate a loyalty ability this turn, copy that spell or ability twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. Blah.
Yeah.
Just no.
That's too combo-y for it to do anything really good.
It costs too much to do anything really good.
Yeah. No.
Just
don't use that.
Just don't use it at all. And it sucks it's a rare slot, so if you get it in like a sealed, I'm sorry.
Ripscale Predator. 2 red and 4 for 6/5 with Menace. It's cool, but it's limited.
Yeah.
Limited to good, dude.
Limited annoyance right there, for sure. Alright, next one. Scampering Scorcher. 3 in a red, elemental, 1/1. Enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens, and the elementals you control gain haste until end of turn. It's okay.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
Limited, it's really cool.
If you have a lot of mana at the end of the game, you can make multiple elementals have haste, but it's okay.
Next up is a Scorch Spitter. 1 red for 1/1. When he attacks, he does 1 damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking.
I really like this guy.
This dude's actually really cool. Limited, he's pretty cool. Standard, he could be used in just like a
Mono red.
aggro deck.
'Cause
He's pretty silly.
Essentially 2 damage.
Yeah.
Next one is Shock. 1 red. Instant. Deals 2 damage to any target. Classic.
Yup. Next up, Tectonic Rift. A red and 3. Destroy target land. Creatures without flying can't block this turn. It's always
Classic.
it's always one of the core set cards printed.
Yep. Next one, Thunderkin Awakener. 1 in a red, elemental shaman. It's a 1/2, haste. Whenever it attacks, choose target elemental creature card in the graveyard with toughness less than this guy's toughness. Return that card in the battlefield tapped and attacking, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. I don't know how good this card's going to be. It's probably not going to be good at all.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, you're going to have to pump them up, make them bigger, swing. It's just... And less than. It's not even equal to, so it has to be less than whatever. It's bad, to be honest.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I kind of agree though. He's not really all that great.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Uncaged Fury. A red and 2 for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains double strike. It's a cool combat trick and limited. That's really all it's for.
It really is. Next one, Unchained Berserker. 1 in red, protection from white. It's a 1/1. Unchained Berserker gets +2 as long as it's attacking. So if mono white becomes a thing in standard, this guy's going to go straight to sideboard. Because to be able to swing for 3 constantly is pretty good.
Yeah.
Or block all the dudes.
Also, why is the picture like real? Looks like a dude's running out of a bathroom.
Yeah, it really is. And he's moving so fast that when he washed his hands, it's coming off his hands.
Like it looks real. Like, I'm sorry, artist, you shouldn't have made it so real. It's cool.
It's weird.
But man.
Yeah. And now with that is the end of the red, and we'll go and jump into the green.
Alright, starting off with green, we got a Barkhide Troll, 2 green for 2/2. When he enters the battlefield with 1 counter on it, you can pay 1, remove a counter from him, he gains a hexproof.
I think this guy is really good. Like, very, very, very good. He's a 3/3 for 2 green, which might be a little rough with the green. And if you can just keep putting counters on him, he just keeps getting hexproof. It's like the Hydra that we had to deal with before with the energy.
Yeah, this dude's really cool.
I think he's
limited bomb, standard, he's gonna be really good.
Oh yeah. Next one, Brightwood Tracker. 3 and a green, so 4, 2, 4. 5 and 1, tap, look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal a creature card from among them, and put them in your hand, put the rest of them on the library of random order.
No.
Don't
use this card.
Maybe in limited 1 of, but don't.
He costs way too much to do everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just meh.
Don't do it.
Alright, next up is Cavalier of Thorns, finishing out the Cavaliers, my boys. 3 green and 2 for a 5/6 reach. He enters the battlefield, reveal the top 5 of your deck, put a land card from among them into the battlefield and the rest in the graveyard. Then when he dies, you may exile it. If you do, put another target card from your graveyard on top of your library. This dude's really cool because he gets free lands.
In limited, he's a 5/6 with reach. That's really good. That's very stat-wise.
This dude's gonna be good in standard. Don't listen to us.
Don't...
Whatever. Cavaliers for life. Let's do this.
Nope. Regulators! Is that you're gonna make a deck with
Yeah.
all 5 of them?
I might. Don't worry about it.
Nice. Next one is Centaur Courser. 2 and a green from Future Sight. He's a 3/3. That's all he is.
Yup. Elvish Reclaimer, 1 green for a 1/2. He gets +2/+2 as long as there are 3 or more land cards in your graveyard. You pay 2, tap, sacrifice the land, search your library for a land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library.
I think this guy is a sleeper hit.
Yeah, he could be really cool.
And with the black card that we talked about earlier, if a swamp comes into play, do 2 amazing things, this guy's going to help it. And if you're multiple colors, this guy helps you filter out your colors.
Also, a Cavalier helps him get +2/+2 because he puts all the rest of the cards in the graveyard.
Yeah. And this guy, it's a land card. So shock lands, scry lands, anything. It's really good. Next one, Feral Invocation. 2 and a green, flash, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +2/+2. Limited combat trick forever.
Yeah.
It's good.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Next up is a Ferocious Pup, a green and 2 for a 0/1 adorable little pup. Whenever he enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf token.
It's pretty good.
I like it. Limited is really cool because it gives you 2 dudes to do stuff with.
Yeah.
I mean, but I like it a lot.
I like it too. Limited for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe wolves in standard. We'll see. I'll make a deck. Next one, Gargos, Vicious Watcher. 3 and 3 green, 8/7 vigilance for 6. So yes, please. Hydra spells you cast cost 4 less to cast. 4. Whenever a creature you control becomes a target of a spell, Gargos fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. This card's insane.
This dude's awesome.
I don't care if you're not playing a Hydra deck or whatever. It costs 6 and it's an 8/7 vigilance. If you kill it, it gets to kill one of your dudes.
Yeah, and if they target anything you control, you're just like, this dude can fight something.
Yeah, fight. Just fight.
Oh, you're gonna shock my thing? Cool. Take that dude dies.
It makes hungering all the Hydras, all of them, way better.
And then if you have God's Willing, you just don't take damage back. You're just like, bah, bah! Awesome.
Oh my god, God's Willing. You target, I fight. God's Willing, protect it, I fight again. Ugh, jog on. Can't do the other one, but you know.
Next up is my favorite enchantment, Gift of Paradise, a green and 2. Enchant a land. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, and enchanted land has tap, add 2 mana of any color. I feel like they're going to reprint one of these all the time now in the core set. Because this is like literally like the 5th time I've seen this card in a core set
yeah.
in the last like year. Yeah. So just know that this is a card that's always going to happen.
And it's a card that you love to play.
I love it because I think it's fantastic, but it's okay. I use it because it's janky and I like it, but it's really not really good in standard. Limited, it's cool.
Yeah.
But that's really about it.
Next one, Greenwood Sentinel. 2 for 2/2, vigilance, limited. That's all it is.
Next up is Growth Cycle, a green and 1 instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. It gets an additional 2/2 for each card named Growth Cycle in your graveyard.
It's pretty cute.
Limited, it could be a bomb. I wouldn't suggest getting all of these, but if you get them, cool.
2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You could just one-shot somebody. Bow!
Yeah, pretty much. Next one, Healer of the Glade. 1 green, 1/2. Enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. I like it.
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty neat. It's pretty good for what it does.
You gain 3 for 1 green? Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Limited, standard, no. Limited, yes.
Next up is Howling Giant. 2 green and 5 for a 5/5 reach. He enters the battlefield, create 2/2/2 green wolf tokens.
He makes 9 power? That's pretty good.
He's okay. Limited, he's really cool.
Yeah, because late game when you have that land, you definitely.
Yeah, you're just like, cool, I have 3 dudes for 7 mana. Great, let's do it.
Next one, Leafkin Druid. 1 and a green, 0/3. Tap, add a green. If you control 4 or more creatures, add 2 green instead. I've seen this guy played in all the elemental decks. Don't play him. He's just a waste of time. Like, I haven't seen him do anything, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't really feel like that dude's worth it.
No.
Because, I mean, a Land Warp is guaranteed your 1 green.
Yeah, you can play Chandra on turn 2 instead of turn 3. Yeah, no.
Meh. Next up, Leyline of Abundance. 2 green and 2 for Leyline. And it has the Leyline clause. If it's in your opening hand, it comes into play.
Yep.
Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. And then you can pay 6 and 2 green, put a 1 counter on each creature you control.
This sucks.
I don't really see like a huge use for it.
Yeah.
Honestly, in standard or anything like that. I mean, if somebody proves me wrong, then great. But I just don't see it being used all that much.
The sad thing is that it doesn't make your creatures tap for land. It's whenever a mana dork already is tapping for land, you get an additional green.
Yeah.
So, like, Lenowolf can tap 2 on turn 2. No, I don't care.
Yeah, it's cool. It's not really worth it, though.
Not worth it. Looming Shaman. 2 and a green, 3/2. Whenever it enters the battlefield, target player shuffles any number of target cards from their graveyard to their library. I remember when this was like a staple in standard. I don't think it can be now. Not yet, anyway. But, yeah. Let's see.
But it's good because it has target players, so you can hit their graveyard and be like, good, go away. Next up is a Mammoth Spider. A green and 4 for a 3/5 reach. It's a great limited bomb.
Pretty much.
It just does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Which is block Firemans.
That's all it needs to do. Next one, Might of the Masses. 1 green, instant. This Gobbo gets target creature +1/+1 until in turn for each creature you control. Not too bad.
Yeah, it's cool limited. Next up, Natural End. A green and 2 instant. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. You gain 3 life. I wouldn't use this if you're playing white because you got Disenchant.
Yep.
3 life isn't worth it.
If you're playing green-white, then you got Night of Autumn, so whatever.
It doesn't feel like it's worth it.
Don't do it. Next one, Netcaster Spider. 2 and a green, 2/3 reach, so it does what it needs to. Whenever it blocks a creature with flying, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. This guy's really good. I used him for sideboard for quite a bit a long time ago.
Yeah. Limited, he's really, really good.
Yeah. Get those spirits out of there.
Next up is a Nightpack Ambusher.
Yes.
2 and 2 green for a 4/4 flash. Other wolves and werewolves you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, if you did not cast a spell this turn, create a 2/2 green wolf token.
I will be using this guy in standard for sure.
Yeah.
I don't care if I have any other wolves or whatever. He makes 3/3s, and you can flash it at the end of the turn, which is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, so this on turn 4 or 5, and then you play Arlen when you can, and she makes your other wolves bigger already.
Yeah, or you just play counter magic. You just flash this guy. You play Bant Flash, and you just like flash this guy in. Past turn, I have a 3/3, and I just swung for 4.
Yeah,
this guy's ridiculous.
Dude is pretty silly,
and he's not legendary, so you just end of turn, flash.
Yeah, standard, he's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Next one, Overcome. 3 and 2 green sorcery. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample into the turn. It's a limited finisher.
Yep, that's what it's for.
Just get one of them and you win.
Next up is Overgrowth Elemental. A green and 2 for a 3/2. When he enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on another target elemental. And then whenever another creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. If that creature was an elemental, put a 1 counter on this dude. He's cool if you're playing elementals in standard. Otherwise, this dude is kind of trash.
Or limited to build around.
Yeah.
That's it.
You just have to build around this dude. Otherwise, he's not good.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a 3/2 for 3. So
yeah.
Next one is Plummet. 1 in a white or 1 in a green. I keep saying that. Instant. Destroy target creature with flying. That's what Plummet does.
Yeah. Plummet's good.
Plummet's
it's a good sideboard card. Pulsa Marasa. A green and 2 instant. Return target creature or land card from your graveyard to its owner's hand. You gain 6 life. We both love this card.
Yeah.
We used to not like this card, and then we saw it played a couple times, and we're like, holy crap, that's actually really powerful. Because it's an instant, so
Yep.
you don't lose a turn or lose anything with it.
Exactly.
And the 6 life is no joke. Because that's like a fourth of your life that you get back, a little more than a fourth every time.
Every time.
It's insane. It really is good.
And it's creature or land, and it's, like you said, instant. End of turn. Oh, you did some damage. Go get the dude that you just killed. Thank you.
Yeah. Limited, it's fantastic because it helps you so much in limited.
Yeah.
Standard, I could see it used. Will use it probably, but not like. Don't expect it to be like making waves in standard.
No. We will use it main board for sure.
Yeah.
Next one, Rabid Bite. 1 and a green sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage to target creature you do not control. That's a staple now.
Yeah, it's a staple fight card. It's gonna be one of the things they always have. Limited, it's great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's really not so good.
No.
Next up, Season of Growth. 1 green and 1 for an enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. And whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. It's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of a unneeded card. It really just helps you win more or do better.
I like how it costs 2 and not 3 or 4. Like, otherwise, don't play it. 2 and limited seems fun.
Yeah, limited, this card's awesome. Standard, I don't really know if it's going to see play.
Yeah,
because it's not really worth it. But it's cool.
Next one is a Sedge Scorpion. 1 green, Death Touch, 1/1. This guy is extremely annoying in limited.
Yeah, limited, he's awesome.
He's amazing in limited.
Next up is Shared Summons. 2 green and 3 for an instant. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards with different names, reveal them, and put them in your hand. I don't really know how this card's going to do. I don't really see it played all that much.
Yeah.
I don't know if it should be a rare either. But
Maybe 1 in standard if you play it in standard. Other than that, no. Limited, possibly, because you get to go.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's not like that great.
And I literally thought with these next to each other, they're the exact same card. Because the exact same color palette and everything. But Shifting Ceratops. 2 and 2 green, 5/4. This spell cannot be countered unless you play the blue spell that puts it on the bottom of the deck. Protection from blue, thank you. 1 green, it gains a choice of Reach, Trample, or Haste. It's really good.
Do you hate blue? Do you not want to deal with blue?
Yeah.
Here's your 5/4 trample Triceratops that's going to kill you.
Yeah. It kills that Teferi.
Dude hates blue. And it's awesome.
That's what he does. He kills Teferis.
Yeah, he goes after Teferi real hard.
Just rams them with the horns.
Next up is a Silverback Shaman. 2 green and 3 for a 5/4 trample. When he dies, you draw a card. Good limited card. I mean, he's a beast in limited.
Yeah, he really is. Literally.
Yeah.
Next one, Thicket Crasher. 3 and a green, 4/3 elemental Rhino. He has trample, and other elementals you control have trample as well. Good and limited.
Yeah, good limited. If you build around elementals, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next up is a Thrashing Brontodon. 2 green and 1 for a 3/4 dinosaur. You pay 1, sacrifice him, destroy target artifact enchantment. This dude's awesome in sideboard.
Super
He's
good.
a fantastic sideboard card. And he's really good in limited.
Yeah, for sure. Next one, Veil of Summer. 1 green instant. Hold on here. Draw a card if an opponent casts a blue or black spell this turn. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and from black until end of turn. This is really silly of how it just works.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
You don't have to play it after they cast a spell. It just gives you an extra bonus if you do.
Yeah.
But I like it. I mean, it's sideboardable.
Definitely. Since there is no Ranger's Guile, this is probably the closest thing next to it, pretty much.
Next up, Vivian Arcbow Ranger. 3 green and 1 for a 4 loyalty walker. +1, distribute 2 1/1 counters among up to 2 target creatures. They gain trample. -3, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker. -5, you may choose a creature card you own from outside the game, reveal it, and put it in your hand. She's actually pretty strong for green.
Yeah, I think she's the weakest of all the Vivians, to be honest, that are in standard right now. But she can be okay in limited for sure.
Yeah, limited she's a bomb.
Yeah.
Standard she could be used, but it'd be like a 1 of.
Pretty much. Because the 5-drop one is just the best.
Yeah.
Next one, Voracious Hydra. X and 2 green. It's trample, it's a 0/1, which is pretty nice. So, here we go. Enters the battlefield with X/1/1 counters on it. Then, when it enters the battlefield, choose one. Double the number of 1/1 counters on the Hydra, or the Hydra fights target creature you don't control. So, early game, even for 3 mana, it can be a 2/2 which is not too bad at all. Or 2/3 actually. When then you can add more counters on it, or you can just have it fight something when it's late game.
This dude's actually really silly with the other Hydra, like the
Yeah.
Hydra Lord, because he
Yeah.
auto gives him 4 counters. Because I mean, you just pay you pay
Or
the extra
8.
that makes him cost 4 less. So it's pretty neat.
So you're like 2 green and then 4 less, so he comes with 4 counters, and then you double that, so he's at 8/8 for 2 green.
With tramples.
With tramples.
Hey.
Hey yo!
And then the other dude fights Barb.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good.
Next up is a Vorst Claw. 2 green and 4 for 7/7. I'm gonna kill you, Elemental. Limited big dude.
That dinosaur that everyone loves, Dragon Ball or whatever. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You cost 6. Well, this costs 6 too. It's a 7/7. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next one, Wake Root Elemental, 4 and 2 green, 5/5. I haven't even seen this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green.
Yeah.
Untap target land you control. It becomes a 5/5 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land, so forever. It's not.
This dude is a bomb in limited.
Yeah.
You will win the game if you get to keep this dude in play in limited.
And if you get to have 5 green sources. So yes, if you get to keep them and if you get to activate it, you win.
Yeah. Next up is Wolfkin Bond, a green and 4. Enchant creature gets +2/+2, and then when it comes into the battlefield, you get a 2/2 wolf token.
4 power for 5 for green. Sounds good.
Yeah, limited. This card's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. Wolf Rider's Saddle, 3 and a green, equipment. Enters the battlefield, make a 2/2 wolf token, attach it, and then attach it to the saddle. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. It's okay.
Yeah, it's really not all that great.
Compared to the other ones, it's not too
Yeah.
great.
Limited, it's really cool. That's really about it.
Yeah.
Next up is Woodlands Champion, a green and 1 for 2/2. Whenever 1 or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, put that many 1/1 counters on this dude.
I think this guy's good.
Yeah, he's really cool in tokens, so if you're building around him in standard, he's really good. Limited, he's okay.
Yeah. You have Raising Alarms, you have wolf tokens coming into play. Like, green-white tokens can be a thing in limited.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But that is it for the green guys. We're going to jump into the multicolor.
Alright, the first one of the multicolor ones is probably my favorite out of them, is Corpse Knight. It's a white and a black, 2/2. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. So tokens, yes please, every single time.
Oh, show.
Now, of course, there's a thing that we were told that in other countries he's printed as a 2/3. That is a mistake. He's supposed to be just a 2/2. I wish he was a 2/3 because that would make him a lot better against burn.
Yeah. Next up is a Creeping Trailblazer, a red and green for a 2/2. Other elementals get +1/+0. You can pay a red, green, and 2, and he gets +1/+1 for each elemental you control. So with elementals, he can kill pretty hard,
Yeah.
but otherwise he's kind of just an elemental lord, which is still not bad.
Yeah. Half Lord. He's a
Yeah.
nobleman.
Yeah.
He's limited. And Corpse Knight is definitely standard playable, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, the elemental dude is limited for sure. Standard if you're playing elementals.
Yep. The next one, Imperium Eagle. 1 white and blue. He's a 2/3 flyer. Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. Limited bomb and standard, yes.
Yeah, standard blue-eye flyers.
Yes.
Gonna kill some people with this dude.
Yes, for sure.
Next up is the Iron Root Warlord. He is a green, white, and 1 for his X5, and his power is equal to the number of creatures you control. You pay 5, create a 1/1 white soldier token. He's pretty cool. Limited, he's awesome.
Yeah, limited, he's damn good.
In the green, white tokens, he's probably gonna be pretty good, but that's really about it.
It's just any repeatable thing to get dudes out there in limited is great.
Yeah.
And he's already a 1/5 for 3 that blocks pretty much everything. It's early game. Next one, Kalia Zenith Seeker. Red, white, black, 3/3. She's a human cleric, even though she has all the wings. Flying Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards in your library. You may reveal an angel, a demon, and or / a dragon card from among them and put them in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. So I guess definitely for EDH, just another Kalia if you want. And I don't know. I don't know what to think about this card, to be honest.
I could see it being played in standard with like a weird deck.
Weird super
but I
junky
don't
deck.
know.
Limited,
I don't know how well it would do.
And limited, no. I don't think these color combinations work.
Yeah, limited, they're really rough to do that.
Yeah.
Next up is Kethis, the Hidden Hand. He's Doran colors, white, black, green. And legendary spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard. Until the end of turn, each legendary card in your graveyard gains. You may play this card from your graveyard.
I don't know.
I don't really like this dude.
Yeah.
He works against himself, kind of. I don't know. EDH is cool. Like, again, most of these Unlimited aren't going to be that good, but EDH, they're really cool.
I mean, if you're able to maybe cast it, it's a 3/4 for 3. That's it. Legendary spells if you have any more. But
yeah.
These guys make me sad. What was it? Kaikar, Wind's Fury. 1 and Jeskai, so blue, red, and white. 3/3, Bird Wizard. He has flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white spirit token with flying. Sacrifice a spirit, add a red.
This dude's awesome.
This guy is awesome.
Yeah. This dude I definitely see in Standard being some shenanigans.
Yeah. Make all the spirit tokens. Plus the fact, in Limited, if you splash for him, then good. Then he can be good.
Yeah, this dude in a control deck is going to be silly.
Yeah.
Next up is the Lightning Stormkin, a blue and red for a 2/2 flyer with haste.
Yep.
Limited bomb, standard, gonna be really good.
He's an elemental wizard, so he can go into both decks.
Yeah, for sure.
Moldervine Reclamation. It's a 3 black, green enchantment. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a 1. You gain 1 life and draw a card. It's too slow, to be honest, for limited or standard.
Yeah, EDH it's cool, but it's really just not that good.
No.
Next up is an Ogre Siegebreaker, black, red, and 2 for a 4/3. You can pay the same mana to destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. He's cool and limited because he just gives you that extra little bit, and if you have like a 1/1, you're just like, cool, kill that dude. But
yeah, be like you swing with all your little dudes. If they want to block, they can, but they're gonna die.
But I think he's a little expensive for his ability if you're trying to do that. But he's cool for being a 4/3 and limited.
Yeah. Next one, Omnath, Locus of the Royal. Or Royal. No, 1 green, so 1 in Tamir, 1 green, blue, red, 3/3. I've seen this guy played in arena already. So, he's an elemental. Enters the battlefield. Deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control. So, kills a dude or to the face. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target elemental you control. If you control 8 or more lands, draw a card. This guy is good. He's just really good. I've seen him already played in elemental decks, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he can do some silly stuff. Yeah, I definitely see him being a standard card.
Yeah.
In the elementals, just doing some shenanigans.
Especially Chandra making 2 elementals, and you play this guy and you deal 3 damage to whatever.
Next up is a Risen Reef. 1 green, 1 blue, and 1 for a 1/1. Whenever him or another elemental enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped. If you don't put the card in the battlefield, put it in your hand. This card is awesome.
Yep.
Standard, it's fantastic. Limited, it's really, really good. Because regardless, you're getting that card, whether it's in play for free or in your hand.
So all your elementals are cantrips. What?
Yeah.
Or rampant growths. What?
Yeah. Like, thanks. Great.
For uncommon that costs 3? It's stupid. This guy is already a staple in Arena, and we're going to see a lot of this guy.
Yeah, it's definitely like right behind God's Willing as best card in the set.
Yeah.
For best uncommon in the set. Put it that way.
Completely agree. Next one, Sky Knight Vanguard. It's a red and a white 1/2 flying. Whenever it attacks, create a 1/1 soldier creature token tapped and attacking. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty neat. He just helps you get there.
He's just super aggro, and I love it.
Yeah, limited, he's good. Limited, he real good.
Yeah, limited, he real good. Standard, you can.
Yeah.
You tempo out with this guy for sure.
Next up is Tomebound Lich, a blue, black, and 1 for a 1/3 Death Touch lifelink. Whenever he enters the battlefield or deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card.
You want to play around with your opponent in limited? Play this guy. Because he's super good.
Yeah, that dude's kind of awesome. Because he's a looter if he needs to be, and he can kill anything.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
Limited bomb, standard, pretty cool.
Agreed. Yarok, the Desecrated. 2 black, green, blue. He's an elemental horror. He has Death Touch, Lifelink, 3/5. Apparently that's a theme.
Yeah.
Death Touch, Lifelink for everyone. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability or permanent you control to trigger, the ability triggers an additional time. It's Panharmonicon on a dude.
Yeah, I've heard tale of this dude being used already. He's probably gonna see some play in standard just because people love Panharmonicon and they love that, like, the double triggers of things.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely a card.
And he has Death Touch, Lifelink.
Yeah.
So fun.
Next up, we're gonna jump into artifacts. We're gonna just go through them. Next, we got the Anvil Rot Raptor. He has 4 colorless for a 2/1 flying for a strike. Limited, cool card. Standard, I don't really use it.
No, don't use it. Next one, Bag of Holding. 1 drop artifact, which is good. Whenever you discard a card, exile that card from the graveyard. 2, tap, draw a card, then discard a card. 4, sacrifice Bag of Holding, return all cards exiled with Bag of Holding to their owner's hand. This card's really cute and fun, and I've seen it destroy limited.
Yeah, this card's kind of awesome. Because there's all those other cards above we've talked about that have discard effects and do silly stuff, and this just helps it.
It could be sideboard standard if you play against Esper, because they're just like Thought Eraser, duress you, and you're just like, cool, I don't care.
Yeah, Bag of Holding, barg,
and then I get my stuff back. Yeah, it's good.
This card's pretty awesome.
This card's really awesome.
And shout out to D&D.
Yep.
Awesome. Next up, Colossus Hammer. 1 for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +10/+10 and loses flying. Equipped for 8. This card is terrible in standard, terrible in limited, gonna be kind of silly in modern.
Yep.
Because you can cheat around with this card in modern with the little, like...
Sigarda's Aid.
Yeah, Sigarda's Aid that auto-attaches an equipment. So turn 1, Glistener Elf. Turn 2,
win
this thing with Sigarda's Aid. Swing 11, poison, because I'm that guy.
Yeah. Infect wins.
Yeah,
turn 2.
Yeah, Infect. Woo!
Of course, that's a god hand, but yes, it will happen.
Yeah.
Next one is Diamond Knight. He's one of my favorite cards, to be honest. 3-drop, 1/1, Vigilance. Enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever you cast a spell with that color, put a 1/1 counter on him. I like him a lot. Limited Bomb. He really is. Just pick him up in limited.
Yeah, limited, he does some work.
Standard, I will try to use him.
Next up is Diviner's Lockbox. 4 mana for an artifact. You pay 1, tap, choose a card name, then reveal the top card of your library. If the card is the chosen name, sacrifice it and draw 3 cards. Activate this ability only as a sorcery.
It's weird.
I don't like this card at all. It just seems too weird and janky to use. And we like to use jank.
This is bad jank.
Yeah.
It's 4-drop. It's like those other nerds that everyone makes fun of when you're a nerd. Just, you don't want to hang out. Sorry. Don't play this card. It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Next one, Golos, Tireless Pilgrim. 5-drop, colorless, 3/5. Enters the battlefield. You may search your library for a land card. Put that card in the battlefield tap. Any land, which is nice. It has 2 in Rhubarb. So white, blue, red, black, green. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them in this turn without paying their mana cost. EDH. He's a legendary artifact. So, and with the new rules of EDH, you can do that. So,
this card's awesome. I love it.
It's cute.
I'll play it. It's terrible. It's jank and I love it.
Yep.
Next up is a Grafdigger's Cage. 1 colorless for an artifact. Creature cards in your graveyard and libraries can't enter the battlefield. And players can't cast spells from the graveyard or libraries.
Nice.
Pretty good.
That card's good.
Standard sideboard staple.
Yep, definitely. Next one, Heart Piercer Bow. 2 equipment. Whenever equipped creature attacks, deals 1 damage to target creature defending player controls. Equip 1. It's meh.
Yeah, it's limited if you have to.
If you have to.
Next up is Icon of Ancestry. It is 3 for an artifact. As long as it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. Creatures you control of that type get +1/+1. Pay 3. Look at the top 3 of your library. You reveal a creature card from them. Put it in the hand. Put the rest in the bottom in a random order. It's a cool lord. I don't really think it's worth it.
Yeah. Right now in Standard, there's so many creatures that are lords by themselves. You don't really need artifacts or enchantments.
Yeah.
This gets around Mortify, though, which is super cute.
Yeah.
You don't have to do Radiant Destiny. You can do this. And if you have powerful creatures, then it's good. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's cool and limited. Otherwise, I just wouldn't really worry too much about it.
Next one, Manifold Key. It's 1-drop artifact. 1, tap. Untap another target artifact. 3, tap. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Yeah. Limited, maybe.
Yeah. Marauder's Axe. 2 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Equips for 2. Limited if you need something, but it's not really that good.
Exactly. Next one, Meteor Golem. Costs 7. Enters the battlefield, destroy target non-land permanent opponent controls. It's a 3/3, and it's used in limited.
Yeah, limited does the thing.
Yep.
Mystic Forge, 4 mana artifact. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an artifact or colorless non-land card. Tap, pay 1 life, exile the top card of your library. Cool with Karn in Standard. That's really about it. Or Ugin. Otherwise, that's really not that cool. Otherwise, limited, it's terrible. Standard, it's probably terrible unless you're playing it in artifacts only.
Yeah, you got to build around it for sure.
Yeah.
Next one, Pattern Matcher. 4-drop Golem with OCD. 3/3 enters the battlefield. You may search your library for a card with the same name as another creature you control. Reveal it, put that card in your hand, then shuffle your library. It can be cute and limited if you know you've got multiple stuff.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Next up is a Prismite. 2 mana for an artifact creature golem. Pay 2, add 1 mana of any color. This card is terrible.
Terrible. Don't do it.
Yep.
What?
Retributive.
Oh, I was trying to do reverberated for Retributive 1. 3 artifact, 3 tap, deals 1 damage to target. Any target. If it's put in the graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 5 damage to any target.
But it's a wand, so you become a wizard, but it's still bad.
It's bad. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's a trap.
No one's going to destroy it.
Yeah. Salvager of Ruin. He's 3 mana artifact creature construct. Sacrifice him, choose target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there this turn, remove and return it to your hand.
Now, in Standard, there's already an infinite loop to mill at your opponent. With Tashkir, the 4-drop Flying Eagle, and then the 2-drop that says whenever you play a historic card, they mill 3. And then with the XX Chamber Sentry that costs 0.
That's pretty silly.
So you cast that, it dies, Scavenger, you sack it, grab it back, and you just loop around.
That's pretty silly.
So it's pretty cute. But other than that, don't play this card.
Yeah.
No. Next one, Scuttlemutt. 3-drop, 2/2. Tap, add 1 mana of any color, or tap target creature becomes a color of, or colors of your choice until end of turn.
Limited, this card's awesome because it gives you the mana fixing you need, but otherwise it's really not that good.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Next up is a Steel Overseer.
Oh,
2
yeah.
mana, put a 1/1 counter on each artifact creature you control. This dude's awesome. He was good in Standard back in the day. He'll still probably be pretty good in this Standard, but you'd have to build around him pretty hard.
Yeah, Thopters and Servos out there. Hopefully we'll see.
And constructs.
Yeah, Constructs for sure. Next one, Stone Golem. 5-drop, 4/4. Could be limited filler.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's all it is.
Last up for the artifacts is Vial of Dragonfire. 2 mana. Artifact, pay 2, tap to sacrifice it. It deals 2 damage to target creature.
2/2/2.
It doesn't really feel like it's worth it because it's a little too much. It's cool, but it's not really worth it.
Yeah, it's just limited filler for sure. Alright, now for the lands, we just have basically the tap lands that gain you 1 life, the enemy colors. Black, red, green, white, blue, black, all the other fun stuff. You have Evolving Wilds, so that's pretty cute. Any super special ones. Cryptic Caves, tap to add a waste. You pay 1, tap, sacrifice caves, draw a card. Activate this only if you control 5 or more lands. Limited.
Yeah. There's also Field of the Dead. It comes into play tapped. You add a colorless. Whenever Field of the Dead or another land enters the battlefield under your control. If you control 7 more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie token.
So EDH is what this is for.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's pretty neat, but EDH.
Yeah. The next one is Lotus Field. Land. It has hexproof. Enters the battlefield tapped. When Lotus Field enters the battlefield, sacrifice 2 lands. Then you can tap to add 3 mana of any one color.
Yeah, I think this card's pretty cool. It's got its place. That's just where we differ. I think it's really cool. I think it's got a way. If you can cheat it into play early, then it's really cool because you don't really lose anything if you do it early.
Yeah. Yeah, it says because it says enters the battlefield, sacrifice 2 lands. So even turn 1, you just do it, right?
That Elvish Pioneer, you're just like cool. Or the little tree monkey, the little 0/3 that brings in a land with it. Play him, then sacrifice your land, and you don't care. I mean, you wouldn't do that because it would sacrifice itself, but yeah, I don't know. It's got its use. We just got to figure it out.
Well, we got to figure it out for sure.
Yeah.
Now, of course, now the temples are back.
Heyo.
Heyo. If you don't know what the temples do, they basically come to play tapped, and then you get to scry 1. That's all they do.
Yeah, and the red blue one, black green, green blue, white black, and red white.
Yep.
So that's it really. The other lands are just tap. When they come into play, you gain a life. All those lands are here.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then your basics.
So that is everything. That is the whole core set of 2020. And again, at the beginning of the video, we told you how you can enter to a giveaway. And of course, it's actually just a cute little trick. Just go down in the description below and there's a link and you just follow the instructions there. And you'll be entered with so many points and such.
Yeah.
And then we're not going to do it the Friday of release, probably the next Friday, so it'll give you some time. And by the next Friday, we'll actually pull out a name and let y'all know who won.
Yep. Thank you again for showing us some support and love, guys. hope you enjoyed this core set review.
All right, have a good one.
Later.
Bye.
Also, guys, I just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.